Alright, so in the interest of full disclosure, I haven't really read over these like a ton, so this is going to be more of a blind reaction video, but based on the few that I did look at, I can't say I'm all that excited about these. It's cool to see the Kuriboh cards from the Waking the Dragons arc actually get printed. I think these are definitely iconic to people who watch the original anime, and obviously, like, you remember when YuGiOh went through his whole Berserk phase and everything, and the Kuribohs were part of that. But the thing is that, like, I don't think these cards are going to translate well to the current game unless they have broken effects. And so we're going to read through them and see, and yeah, these are going to be in Animation Chronicles in the OCG. I don't know what that's going to be for us here, so I guess we'll have to see whether or not that ends up being something we get, like Animation Chronicle, or if it's in Battles of Legend, or where it gets slotted here. But let's go into them, just try to take a look at the cards. So they all have the effect that treats them as a Kuriboh card, so I'm not going to waste time sort of reading that part on all of them. This one says, when this card or your Kuriboh monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one monster with 300 attack and 200 defense from your deck, except Kuriboh, which is the one itself. Not terrible, I guess. Primarily, you can just bring out any of the Kuriboh monsters. You can only use the effect of Kuriboh once per turn. You contribute this card you control plus 4 monsters from your hand and or field, one of each Kuriboh, etc. Special summon one Kuribabylon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So, this looks like it's neat enough. I have to read 5-Star Twilight and see if it works like it did in the anime, because obviously it was pretty nuts in there. But let's see what we got before I make any additional judgments. Kuriboh. When this card or your Kuriboh monster is destroyed by battle, you can add one spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Kuriboh in its text. So these cards seem heavily reliant on battle destruction, which I'm not hugely fond of. Once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you control another Kuriboh monster, you can change the attack of as many other monsters you currently control to 0, and if you do, negate the attack. Oof, that is just bad. I'm not a fan of that at all. Kuriboh. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard this card, add one Kuriboh monster from your deck to your hand except Kuriboh. That's actually not terrible. Once per turn, quick effect, you can discard one trap, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 1500 attack till the end of the turn. I mean, I guess, like, they don't really have any traps that I'm aware of that they're going to utilize that's going to make this completely absurd, but we'll see how that goes. Kuriboh. You can, quick effect, you can discard this card, target one Kuriboh monster you control, it gains 1500 attack. Okay, I mean, a hand trap for Kuribohs is good, but, like, they're weak. Even at 1800, there's not going to be much that they can run over. You contribute this card you control plus 4 monsters from your hand or field, so all of the other Kuribohs. Add one Bandit from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then immediately after this effect controls, you can normal summon one Fiend monster from your hand. That is not very good. I mean, that's a lot of things to give up for the purpose of Bandit, which is, you know, not even a card that's used much nowadays, although it was really good back in the days of, like, hat format. And then Kuribabylon gains 300 attack defense for each Kuriboh monster you control and in your graveyard. You can only use one of the following effects per turn. If you have more monsters in your graveyard than your opponent does, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, it's fine, I guess. During your main or battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one of each Kuriboh, the new ones, from your hand and or graveyard in attack position. So, like, I don't know, maybe there's some, like, link combos with it, but it seems awfully specific and not exactly reasonable to pull off there. 5-Star Twilight. If the only monster you control is one level 5 monster, tribute that monster, then special summon one of each of the Kuriboh cards, the new ones, and then the original Kuriboh from your hand deck and or graveyard, but they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. So, I mean, I guess you can technically tribute any level 5 monster you control to pull out 4 or 5 monsters from the deck. Like, that's decent, but I don't really see where the combos are going to work with this and where exactly everything is going, because there's just no end game. There's no real power play here, and I assume the boss monster is supposed to be Kuribabylon, but it doesn't look like he does enough to really make that worthwhile, and you're devoting a lot of deck space to these cards just to be able to utilize them. Overall, really cool to see the cards. Like, I'm happy that they got printed, I guess, but, like, they're going to be filler, I think. There's just nothing here that makes me think any of these cards are going to be anything more than a super low-level casual deck at most. So let me know what you guys think about the Kuriboh cards from Animation Chronicle. Maybe there's something I'm missing or some combos I'm not seeing. Drop comments down below, and if you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video.